Hi guys, so today's video is going to be another makeup tutorial. This is why there's like nothing on my face except for foundation. Today, like it's been a while, like haven't been posting as much as I would have liked, not only because of school but also because I've been trying to do a look that I really wanted to do, and it's really like I've been obsessing over it. It's the cut crease, and honestly I find it's very challenging. I tried so many different techniques, the ones with the pencil, and like it just never seems to work for me. So this time I think I got it. I'm not sure if I did, but I'm trying, like, you know, that really dramatic, like, defined cut crease that looks like a liner line there. So I think I got it. I'm not sure, but I'm not too confident. But I'm trying to do this video to actually manage to do it and show it to you, because that's really what I wanted to do, like the cut crease effect. So basically that's why I've been obsessing over it and trying to like get it right, with so many results that you would not want to see. I swear they were horrible. So yeah, now let's get started with this attempt to do a cut crease makeup. That's actually why I'm not even wearing black. I was like, maybe for luck, you know. So yes, I'm gonna try now.
The first product is my new all-time favorite primer. Well, it's basically what I'm using as a primer. It's Soft Ochre Paint Pot by MAC, and I'm applying it using a cream eyeshadow brush, and I'll just create a very even canvas with that color because it's very close to my skin tone. If you guys have a more pink tone, I would recommend Painterly, but Soft Ochre is for people like me who have a very light but with slightly yellowish tones to their skin. Next, I'm taking Hot Fudge with a liner brush from Too Faced Semi Sweet Chocolate Bar, and I'm just going to go ahead and trace a line right into my crease. So to do my cut crease effect, I figured that the best technique that actually works for me and that I'm not ruining my whole face doing is when I just do the line with an eyeshadow brush and like an eyeshadow basically. And I always start with the line first to blend the whole thing afterwards. So there is what I was talking about, a blending brush, which I'm going to use to blend my crease out, mostly upwards. I don't want to like blend it downwards, mostly upwards, because I still want to have that very defined crease and that defined transition between the other colors. That's why I'm trying to blend mostly upwards, for now at least. Next, taking peanut butter from the same palette and a shader brush, basically, which is a very dense and small eyeshadow brush. I'm just going to tap on peanut butter on the outer corner of my eye, basically on the outer part, from the middle to the end of where I want my look to be. Not on the whole eyelid, because I'm going to be applying something else on the other half of my eyelid. And I'm just going to go, as you can see right now, just tap the color also a little bit on top of where my line is, but not too much. And certainly not higher with that brush, at least, because that's a lot of pigment. Next, taking caramel and an all-over shadow brush, I'm going to tap on the color caramel on the other half of my eyelid, so on the inside part, because it's a much lighter color. And again, I'm just going to tap it on, first of all, because I find that tapping applies a lot more color, and it helps blend. So you can see right now I'm kind of like tapping it right in the middle where it should be transitioning from caramel to peanut butter, and I barely need to blend. Now taking peanut butter again with a pretty much dome crease brush, so it's fluffy, it's kind of pointy. I'm just going to go ahead and apply that color right into my crease, but not on the line per se, right on top of it. Now I'm going to take caramel again in my all-over eyeshadow brush and apply caramel right on top of my brow arch, so right like a little bit higher than peanut butter basically. Again, I'm tapping the color on, and once that is done, you want to go ahead and take a blending brush again, and this time is where you're going to blend the whole look, basically trying to create smooth transitions, get rid of harsh lines, and it's pretty much where the look is going to be more fluid and much nicer to look at. No, like, yes, you want a harsh line because it's a cut crease, but not too harsh. This is why I'm focusing on blending the cut crease per se, like the eyeline, but without trying to fade it out, just basically trying to make it smoother and nicer to look at. Now for the highlight, I'm just taking an all-over shadow brush because it's so fluffy, and the color Coconut Creme from the same palette, and just lightly tap it right under my eyebrow, but also tap it lightly on the inner corner of my eyes just to create a little bit of a touch of light. So highlighting for your eyes, basically. Here comes the drama. I'm actually using Stila All Day Waterproof Liquid Liner because I'm very used to it and I love it, to just go ahead and trace a super nice eyeliner line. You want to try and follow the shape of what you winged in your crease, basically, because you don't want to have two different shapes. And you also want your eyeliner to kind of go and connect with that crease, or at least be very close to it. I do realize I'm having little problems with my autofocus right now, which is a real pain for you guys and for me. But basically, this is how I'm winging my eyes because I find it's easier to do a very straight line. I just kind of stretch it, and then trying to look as down as possible, I just finish and connect the dots, basically. Then I fill them in, just like coloring. This is the part where you can actually see better because I discovered that manual focus might be a better idea for makeup looks than autofocus, which always keeps blurring my face whenever it feels like it. So here you can see better, except with my hand in the way, but it's kind of hard to film me doing eyeliner line without having my hand in the way. So you can see I'm kind of filling in just like I just mentioned. And I didn't like my wing at first, so I did do it again. I restarted it, which is super easy to do because if it's just the wing, then it's pretty much, you don't even need to cover it up that much. When it's the whole line, that's where it kind of ruins the whole look. Here you go, this is much better. I know it doesn't look that much better, but trust me, in person, it's much better. Here, I'm going to take my eyelash curler by Tarte and just curl those lashes so that they're much more curvy. And because we all know that curved eyelashes tend to be much nicer, even if it's a very subtle difference, than non-curled eyelashes. Taking MAC False Lashes Mascara, which is right now one of my favorites, I'm going to go and apply it pretty much just how a normal person would apply mascara, or at least I hope that's how a normal person does it, because or else I've been doing something wrong this whole time and nobody has been telling me. This part I decided you guys really don't need to see all that much, that's why it's kind of fast forward, because first of all, it takes kind of a long time to put mascara on, and also because it's not really that interesting and I always look kind of dumb doing it. A new discovery for me, which is Gimme Brow by Benefit, which I don't remember if I got it from a beauty subscription or a sample bag from Sephora, but all I know is that somebody made me discover this product and I really love it. For someone that's not really a big fan of the whole super outlined eyebrows, kind of like Kardashian-ish look, it's like the best thing ever. And after applying it, I'm just taking an eyebrow brush that has pretty much nothing on it just to kind of like smoothen it out and make sure there's no clumpiness or anything. Now taking Sephora's Smoothing Brightening Concealer, which is a knockoff of Yves Saint Laurent's Touche Éclat. I haven't owned the Yves Saint Laurent version, to be honest, but this version works pretty well, so I don't see why I should spend double the price on something that's going to be a very similar result. Unless you guys actually think the other one is better, let me know in the comment section. And for the highlighting, you can see that I'm just highlighting where I want to add light, so on my cheekbones, up to over my brows, nose bridge, chin, cupid's bow, and also just over my lip. What I'm using to blend the highlight is basically a clean concealer brush, and I just want to blend it all out because you don't want it to look like you have product in your face. You want to look like the sun is shining in your face. That's why I want to blend it out very well, but not enough so that there's going to be literally no difference or product left. Now taking my MAC concealer, which is a darker color, it's actually 5 Matchmaster Concealer. It's really too dark for me, but that's why I use it as contouring. So I'm just going to go ahead and trace a line right under my cheekbone where I want to sculpt my face. I'm also going to try and contour my nose, my jawline, and pretty much the 3 shape that you always see, so my forehead also. I'm going to fast forward this to me drawing those lines because basically I was trying to figure out where, and I was really concentrating, and it takes forever for me to actually choose where I'm doing those lines. I'm going to use my MAC Double Fiber brush to just blend the whole thing. So especially when you're kind of blending in the hollow of your cheek, you want to blend especially upwards or along the lines because you don't want to go downwards or else it's going to create a very harsh look. And also it kind of makes it look like it's more dirty than actually sculpted. So to get that really defined face, you really want to try and blend upwards as much as possible. When you're going to blend the contouring on the sides of your face, you want to push it right into your hairline because you don't want to blend it inwards or else it's just going to look funny. So blending it right into your hairline is really the way to go, even though it kind of can be hard to do or a pain to take off afterwards. But basically, you just don't want to blend towards the inside of your face, always the outside when it comes to the rest of your face sculpting. When it comes to nose contouring and where I put a little bit of contouring on the sides of my mouth, I'm just going to go ahead and use my fingers because they're small and more precise than any brush, and that it's going to make sure that I don't get it all over the place. And I find it's easier to just blend and get the result I want. Of course, you could have used a beauty blender too, but for this, I just like to use my fingers, to be honest. Taking my Too Faced Chocolate Milk Soleil bronzer, I'm just going to go ahead and take my Tarte double-ended contouring brush with it, mostly the angle brush side, and just apply it on top of the concealer because I find that even though the concealer does a really good job at sculpting my face, since it's not really my color, it still gives off a vibe that's a bit too orange to my taste, and adding powder on it will not only set the contouring, but also kind of like cool it down. And afterwards, I'm going to just take the brush I had initially to kind of blend the whole thing together, the powder and the cream. Taking back my highlighting concealer, I'm going to go ahead and draw a line right under where my face should be sculpted, so my contouring, and blend it out just to make sure that my contouring really cuts properly and sculpts properly, because if it's too diffused, then it just looks funny, and adding highlight under it is just going to get rid of any diffusion and surplus of contouring and give a much more drastic cut to your cheek. Next, I'm taking my Nars blush in the color Madly, and I know the case was kind of dirty. It's because I'm the clumsiest person ever, and there's always something breaking in there and like getting everything dirty. And you can see I'm just taking a angled blush brush and applying Madly right between my contouring and my highlight. I'm taking Madly because it's a very neutral, kind of almost like a bronzer. Now taking Becca highlighter in the color Opal. There is the part where I'm telling you I'm a clumsy person and break everything. That's me being very sad about it. And I'm going to take a highlighting brush and apply Becca right on top of everywhere I previously applied my highlighting concealer, just for a very radiant and glowy finish. Here's something else I got from one of my beauty subscription, which is the Face Cosmetics Eggplant Lip Pencil. It's very kind of like on the purple side, it's very berryish, and I really love it. I'm so happy I got this shade. I don't know how I could live without it because I'm a fan of berry colors. And you can see that I'm basically going from the middle then towards the outside of my lips, because if you start from the middle on one side and then from the corner on the other side, it tends to make your lips not very symmetrical, which is something I already have trouble with, so I might as well take the tips I'm given. I'm gonna fill my lips in, but not the whole way. And after just filling them in, using my finger, I'm gonna go ahead and blend the whole liner because I don't want to have any drastic demarcation between the lipsticks and liner. Now taking my MAC Ariana Grande Viva Glam lipstick, which it's actually the first time I'm going to be using it, so I'm super excited about this. It's a very dark one, edgy, and I just love it. I'm going to just basically apply it on my lips. I tend to be clumsy and ruin my shape even though it's perfectly defined right before applying the lipstick. That's why I tend to kind of apply most of it with the lipstick itself, then take a brush to kind of get rid of and like do the little picky and small details with the brush because it's a much smaller application. And I'm probably going to ruin it either way because I'm just a clumsy person, and as I mentioned before, symmetrical really isn't my forte, let's say, but I'm going to fix it either way after. By the way, the first impression of this lipstick, I actually thought it would be much lighter, and it turns out it's much darker than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be lighter than Live, especially when I swatched it, but turns out it's a very vampy and edgy lipstick. this is where I fix my mistakes. So taking my Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer and an angled concealer brush, I'm just going to go ahead and apply concealer all around my lips to make sure that the look looks very clean and not sloppy like it looks right now, because I'm the messiest lipstick applicator person ever. So this is me fixing my mistakes and trying to make it look like I'm actually good at makeup.
So that's all for my makeup tutorial. The reason I didn't go with something very neutral and subtle, I just decided to go out there and go edgy, is because first of all, I really wanted to try out my Ariana Grande lipstick. And second of all is also because I just like it when there's like a little bit of color. I love using lipsticks. Like, I like neutrals. They're really good when you have like a super bold smoky eye. And I know that my eyes are still a bit dramatic. Sorry, my bangs are in the way. But I still, like, even if it was kind of dramatic because of the cut crease, it was kind of neutral colors. So I figured I could still pull off with a very like dramatic lipstick like this. And that's basically it. So I really love, like, I'm happy with my result. It's pretty much the best I can manage for now, I think. And I'm really happy that I think I did okay with the cut crease. But overall, that's pretty much the look I decided to do today. It's kind of like neutral, but it's more like for going out, nighttime look, not a daytime, because of the lipstick. Obviously, like, such a deep lipstick is not gonna be for daytime most of the time, unless you want to go very like full-on vamp. Yeah, I really love how it's kind of vampy. Anyway, so thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see any more beauty videos. I should be, now that I'm not going to be obsessing over this look, I should be able to post videos more often. Thank you for watching!